Hello, LDRPians. Welcome to this alumni talk organized by the LDRP Alumni Association. I'm Priya Suchak from 2008 CE batch. The Alumni Talk initiative is taken with the objective of helping LDRPians to know each other by providing a platform to connect, motivate, and demonstrate the good work of the alumni. Special thanks to Dhaval Raja, Sneh Sahani, Kevin Patel, and all the volunteers for coordinating these alumni talks. Dhaval provides all the technical support while Sneh helps to prepare the theme and the content of the talks. So let's crack on. Today we have Flight Lieutenant Pallavi Thakur Sen, who is a commissioned officer in the Indian Air Force. She is trained in missile systems. She is from 2008 CE batch and she also completed her diploma in aeronautical engineering and MBA in human resources. She has also done her BA in Bharatnatyam, Upantya Visharad in music, a national level player of hockey, and she is also a badminton player and a swimmer at various levels. Last but not the least, she is a working mom. Hi Pallavi.
Hi Priya.
So, when did you aspire of joining the Indian Air Force and what steps did you take to reach your goal?
Uh, First of all, hi all the LDRPNs, and I would also thank Priya. Priya is also our one of the topper types LDRPNs, and she was like too good friend of mine. Well, Priya, thanks for asking me this question. I would say that my aspiration for going into Air Force came in seventh semester when our engineering was going to get over and we needed to do something in life. Okay, so I thought that I don't want to actually sit in front of the PC and do this coding, testing, developing thing. As I am from computer engineering background, I wanted something different in my life. Then I figured out few group of people. They always used to sit and prepare something. I just went to them and asked them about things. They said, "ये तेरे बस की नहीं है. हम defense के लिए prepare कर रहे हैं." This somewhere, it gave a kick in my mind, and I kept my eyes and ears open. I started grasping things, fatafat, and I became a good listener. So then I started getting information regarding these things, and this is the way. These are the steps which I took for joining for Air Force.
Oh, that's really very inspiring. And I would like to ask, so we'll get into the details later how you did all the preparations and everything. But today, how is a typical day in your current job?
Uh, Priya, I would say that once you wear uniform, you are on duty 24 into 7. As it is said, a soldier is never off duty. So it's not that free time or something, you're 24/7 on duty, but a routine which you would say is getting up early in the morning and going on the ground at 6 a.m., doing our PT, parade, physical activities. After that, coming back home, getting ready, wearing your uniform, and going for duty. From 7:30 to 2:30, 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, you have no backup time as such. It is not some 9 to 5 ka job ki yes, 5 o'clock and you're free. After that, we come home, we change over, and we have something called primary duty and secondary duty. So the morning shift is all about primary duty, and after that, we do our secondary duty, and the tasks are endless.
Oh, so how many people report to you and of what age groups are they?
Okay. I would eagerly would like to tell you this because I have gone to different postings. I've been posted at various places, and on an average, if I would say, I command around 50 or plus people under me, and again, they are of various age groups, starting from 20s to 30s, 40s, and even of superannuation, that is 50 plus or 54 plus.
Wow.
So it is a big task, like commanding people from 20s till 50s. I mean, people who are too elder to you.
You should have a lot of patience to deal with
Yeah,
all
yes,
these different age
indeed.
groups.
And that too technique, like how and in what way, how respectfully that you're not hurting their emotions, their feelings. So it is a task and you need to do it tactfully.
Yeah. As a lady officer, how do you manage your team?
Okay. Priya, this is a notion of society that whenever you talk about officer, what is the first thing which comes into your mind? A tall, dark man in uniform with mustache and very good physique and all. No one will ever think about a lady in uniform or lady officer in uniform. It is very difficult for the society and even the men and people to accept the fact that a lady is commanding them, giving you instructions, giving you orders. So it is a big thing. No doubt we are evolving, things are changing, but still this thin line remains. So the lady officer or in that per se, we always have to prove ourselves. We have to always give 200%, more than 200% of whatever other people do give. Yes, there are exceptions, people are there, but again, you need to prove yourself and just be strong, stern, be upright in whatever you do. Uh, you are always judged. You are judged 24 into 7. Everyone, starting from your seniors to your CEO, your commanders, everyone will judge you. So you are always in that limelight and you have to be upright and perfect in whatever you do.
Yeah, that's really a very tough job. So, what kind of change did you undergo when you transitioned from the normal civilian life into this field of defense?
Yes, that is a very relevant question. And I did face many difficulties because coming from civilian background, that too, I am not from the defense background. I had no one in entire family who was in defense. It was tough for me. There were cultural changes and like the way a Fauji is always different. You can recognize them from the way they sit, the way they eat, the way they talk. Whole entire perception changes. The way of looking at things, the way of doing things. They become like all rounder in all the things, and it is a all round development. So it was difficult, and this was groomed in us during the training time.
Okay. So it's not at all easy to join the Indian Air Force, that too as a commissioned officer. What kind of other difficulties that you faced, if you would like to extend or tell us in detail some of the difficulties, challenges that you faced, major challenges once you joined the Air Force, and what kind of time and effort do you think you put to overcome all those challenges?
Okay, as I said earlier, Priya, that I was not from defense background. Defense culture was different for me. Cultural changes were there. But as we enter our academy, the training period, we need to forget everything. We need to forget who we are. We are Air Force property, and they will use it like they want to use it. We are groomed, we are grilled, and we are toughened mentally, physically, psychologically, professionally. And we undergo around 1.5 year of training, and which is very difficult, which is very tough. And once you come out of your training, once you pass out, you are a changed person. You are a different person. So everything in your life is mental. Even the physical activities which you do is mental. You need to be mentally fit for it. If you have to run 21 kilometers and you think that you can't do it, then you won't be able to do it, however fit you are. So yes, they do this toughening, mental toughening, psychological toughening, professional toughening. We study so many subjects in just 1.5 year, and we have to grasp it as soon as possible. So yeah, it is difficult, it is hard, but once you think that you have to do it, you can take challenges as opportunity, so you do it.
Yeah, that's really a very good saying as well. So many
Yeah.
people would have asked you, and I think you even mentioned that it was very hard as a woman to fit into this role. But I would like to ask you that as a woman, what empowered you to go for this role?
Okay. Yes, Priya, that is a really good question which you are asking me, and I would like to answer it that in a small way that once a woman knows her worth, she becomes unstoppable. Once I had decided, I was actually in a dilemma. What am I going to do? As I told you earlier, that I was never interested in computer engineering. In my last sem, I thought I cannot just sit at one place in front of PC and do coding, testing, developing, and all such things. I wanted active life. I wanted adventurous life. I wanted life full of action. So once I saw this ad in which it showed that do you have it in you, and I thought, what do they require? And I was behind it. I did a lot of hard work. I all the negativity and everything. I just did not ignored it. Yes, we were told that a lady in Air Force, how will you manage it? No, because when I went into Air Force, I saw that there are many less like there are less girls who are from Gujarat. So
Yeah.
I was never encouraged for it. But yes, once you're pressed so much, then you bounce back. So somehow I just thought that I need to do this, and yes, I achieved it.
You always had a spark of energy. I remember, I think we used to sit together in just nearby in our benches. So I do remember, and that's really good.
Yes,
So as a
yeah, and
working
you too
mom,
had that energy.
thank you. So as a working mom, how do you balance your personal and professional life?
Okay. Um, I'm a working mom. I'm a new mom, you can say. I have a daughter who is 8 months old, and I'm still learning with her. I'm still learning how to do things with her, how to multitask things, and how to manage things. So it is a undergoing process. No, no rule as such. I would say that my parents were working parents, and my in-laws are also both doctors, so they are again working. So in our family, we have always seen that atmosphere of working parents or working and managing things and taking responsibilities. So yeah, somehow it is a process, and I'm still learning. I'm still in that process of managing things.
It's like another challenge that you have got in your
Another
life.
challenge. Yes, and maintaining that professional and personal life.
Yes. So, handling a strong and independent woman like you, it's not easy for men, as you said. So, what
Oh,
is
thank
your
you.
husband's role in your service to the nation?
Okay, this is quite personal question, but yeah, I would proudly answer that as my husband has always been very supporting in whatever challenges I get. We take equal responsibilities, and we respect and understand each other's work and also each other's situation. And yes, as you said that you need a even stronger person to handle a strong person. So yes, he is strong mentally, psychologically, physically, in every way, I would say. So that strength empowers me even more and gives me even more energy to do things.
That's great. Uh, Moving on to your branch of engineering, as you said, you were not at all interested in sitting in front of a computer and working on stuff maybe for 9 hours a day, and that's the normal
Yes,
IT job. So,
yes.
still, how does your BE course in computer engineering help you in your current role? Whatever knowledge you gained during your BE course, how exactly is there any add-on that you get in your current role because of the computer engineering course?
Uh, well, Priya, this is honestly, I would say computer engineering was my first milestone in my life. I don't use it in my service to the nation. Yes, knowledge never goes waste. So, whatever I have learned, whatever knowledge I have gained, it never goes waste. It always helps me in doing things in my life. But indirectly, it has helped me a lot. But directly, my computer engineering never helped me for the work which I do presently, as I'm trained in missile systems, and which is actually a very different thing.
Right. So, what are the courses that you would suggest to all the students who are interested in joining the Indian Air Force?
Okay. I would like to acknowledge all the LDRPNs and everyone who is watching this video that don't fall into trap of joining some academy or joining any courses that we will get through this exam or will help you to crack SSB. There is no such institution who is going to help you to join Air Force. You need to prepare by yourself. You just need to be thorough in your English, reasoning, in your current affairs, general knowledge, and you will be able to do it. This is just like any other entrance exam. There is an exam known as Air Force Common Entrance Test, which occurs twice in a year, and followed by, if you get selected, you have a SSB interview, which is of 7 days. After that, if you get selected in that SSB interview, there is a medical test. If you are again selected in medical test and you are okay in everything, then there is a merit list, and if your name comes in merit list, you go for the training.
Right. So, coming to your LDRP memories, any favorite memories from college?
Yes, LDRP was amazing period for me. It was like it was great fun. Different people coming from different places, different culture, interacting with them, learning new things, organizing various events with our juniors and seniors. I remember one event, if you remember, Priya, Sampark Setu,
Yes.
in which we first time we organized wholeheartedly, and I performed a dance first time in LDRP with lot of guts, and it was appreciated a lot. So yes, and also a cooking day in which in Sector 21 we
In
all went
garden.
in small groups. Yeah, in that garden we went in small groups and cooked food. And for us hostelites, getting home food was like heaven, and we tasted different kinds of food. So yeah, that is very memorable.
Right. So, what are your views on this LDRP Alumni Talk initiative?
Oh, that's a very great initiative which has taken place. I would congratulate everyone and everyone's effort, and all the alumni which are coming up and acknowledging us all. It gives us a belongingness towards our college. There is a camaraderie which, that yes, this person is from LDRP. We feel proud. There is a connect. We connect to different people. If we go to different places, different organizations, we feel proud. We feel good. We look forward to our seniors. So it is something very nice and very good which is done. So yes, I would appreciate everyone's effort who are doing this and making this happen.
Lastly, any message that you would like to give to all the young Indian Air Force aspirants?
Yes, I would just not give this message to Air Force aspirants, but everyone, that never be scared of taking any risk in your life. Just feel free to do whatever you want to do in your life, and just be be genius, and be excellent in whatever you do. And there might be times when your plan fails. There might be times you might not be able to do what you wanted to do in your life. So always keep a backup plan with you. Always have that idea that if I fail in this, I need to do this. Failures are milestone. Don't get upset. Don't get depressed. You all know how the situation is nowadays. There is so much of competition. There is like so much everything to do. So as I say, an engineer can do anything and everything in your life. So just be motivated, be happy, take challenges as opportunities, think positive, and do your best. And for the people who want to enter Air Force, just be honest, just be what you are. Don't try to be what you are not. as Priya knows it, that I have always been what I wanted to be. I have never kept that picture in front of me.
Yes.
Be honest, have that integrity in you, and yes, you will be able to achieve whatever you want in your life. And all the best, all the very best to all of you, and do good in your life.
Thanks a lot, Pallavi. It was a pleasure talking to you.
Thank you so much, Priya. And yes, it was an honor coming on this platform and encouraging all the LDRPNs for joining Air Force or doing good in your life. I'm sure all of you will do great in your life.
Thank you.
Thank you. All the best.